The
Hi
stream is
guys,
live.
hello everybody. Yes, I'm here with KGG. Where's your name tag? Disappeared. But since Psychics is here and we've been waiting for Psychic to join the chat, we can start now. So thank you, Psychic, for joining in, and thank you, Daniel Meir, for joining the membership. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello. What's up? How are you doing? Have you seen that there is so much to talk about? Jolani, sweetheart, had announced his visit in New York on 9/11 and is currently walking around, pissing around everywhere in New York. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You know, how long has it been? It's been 24 years, right? 24 years later, Al-Qaeda walk around again in New York. Oh, well. And Keir Starmer and Australia and Canada, you know, what's their names? Albanese and Kani had recognized Palestine. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful day. There is so much to celebrate. So how are you feeling, KGG? Let us know what's going on. How are the minorities doing? And maybe give us a little bit of a background about who you are, where you're from, and what you are fighting for.
So I am Kurdish. I am Kurdish from both parents. I have been, since I was a kid, really into politics. And one of my dreams when I was a kid, I told one of my uncles, he said, "What's your dream if you grew up?" I said, "I want to become an ambassador of Kurdistan and free Kurdistan." Then, yeah, I grew up in that idea of one day I will free my people and I will educate myself enough to tell the world who we are. So, yeah,
Do you know what I wanted to be?
Tell me.
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Aw, you should. It's not late.
No, thank you. Now I know what
much?
Yeah, it's too much.
I know. After we
Yeah,
found out the scandal, too much.
No, it's just that, you know, I had like a poster of Ilan Ramon as a child, and then he was the first Israeli astronaut, but they went up and burned on the way down. So I was like, maybe not.
Maybe not this. Maybe not in this life. Maybe in another one.
Yeah. Too much.
Don't worry, your soul when it's coming back, you can still search for your dream.
I mean,
so
all right.
The minorities of Syria. So we know the components. It's the Kurds, the Arabs, the Christians. Christians are Syriacs, and also we have Armenians. And if I forgot one of them, like, remind me, guys. And then we have from the Arabs, you have the Sunnis, the Shiites, and also you have the Alawites. And then from the Druze, we have the Druze.
From the Druze, we have the Druze.
Yes. So the Druze itself is an ethnicity, and also they have their own religion. So it's the Druze. And then we have, among the Kurds, we have the Yazidis and the non-Yazidis. So we have like both components in Rojava. We call Kurdistan Syria Rojava because Rojava means west side of Kurdistan. So that's why we call it Rojava. Rojava means west of Kurdistan in Kurdish. So since the day Jolani took over, he and his militias have been taking girls, women, and a lot of young boys as captives. Some of them are shot dead. Some of them are actually disappeared. Some of them have been found dead later on. And some of them we don't know what's going to be. There were initial 2 girls who were taken as hostages who were Kurdish. That basically everybody who supports Jolani were celebrating the kidnappies. In the video, there was a video all over the social media. I don't know how many people saw it, but they were saying pigs and saying like disgusting stuff about these two girls. And yeah. So they started as terrorists back in 2000s, and Ahmad al-Shara himself says that he was inspired by Intifada, and that's why he joined Al-Qaeda initially. And that's where he got his inspiration from, the Intifada that Palestinians did in Israel against the Jewish people. And he grew up on that thought until he was in jail in Iraq, actually. And then in Iraq, he was released in 2011. And I don't know, these terrorists get more chances than any criminal that I know of. They're always in jails and they're always getting out. Yeah, he was under U.S. guards facilities and jails in Iraq. And when Obama decided to leave Iraq, basically they released these terrorists. And that's how the ISIS was created. And then we have Jolani then having collaboration with al-Baghdadi, and then Baghdadi helped Jolani to form his own organization in Syria. And after that, they got a feud about who's gonna be having all of the girls raped. Is it gonna be Jolani, or is it gonna be like Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi? They were fighting over that. Who's gonna have more girls? So basically, they got into a feud, and that's how Jolani created HTS at the end, which is ruling Syria now.
Yeah. Do they have any Kurds?
In what? In HTS?
Hostages.
In hostage situation, we have had multiple talks with Damascus previously about Kurdish girls who are hostages or jailed in their cells, and haven't released them. And that's why we haven't got into any agreements initially too, because we demanded the release of our girls and they denied it.
So a lot of people are asking, what is the flag?
What is the flag? My flag is Kurdistan flag. That's the official flag of all of the Kurds. If you see this flag in Europe or America or Japan or even in India, this is Kurdish people celebrating a Nowruz maybe, or maybe a wedding. Oh, you have it in Israel too, a lot. Ben Gvir flies it.
Yeah, Netanyahu flies it. He brought all the Persians out of their shells to bash him.
Yeah. So
okay, I actually want to ask: Are there Kurds in HTS? That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because there are Muslims. Kurds are Muslims.
There is actually. I think in this new administration they got like a token Kurd to be representative of raping all of the Kurds. So yeah, so he's a very inclusive, but in a Arabized way. So he likes the ones who are Arabized and can kill for his ideology. Yes, we are 71 million people, and you cannot just assume that they're not gonna be bad apples among us who work against us all the time. We do have.
What is your solution, by the way, to the fact that most Kurds are Muslims? Because Islam is like a ticking time bomb.
So for me, it's very simple. The Kurds do not really submit to religion first. It's a secondary thing in the Kurdish society. If you, for example, meet a Kurd outside of like me, like forget about me. If you meet a Kurd and you say, "What religion you from?" He's gonna be like, "I'm Kurdish." He's not gonna say his religion. He's gonna say, "I'm Kurdish." Why?
Okay.
Because for him, the religion is secondary. So
actually, that's a smart approach. But it's like, do you think it's problematic or?
So far, it has been very pragmatic for the Kurdish society. The coexistence all over Middle East doesn't happen. It didn't happen, and it's not happening. It only happens among the Kurdish people. The moment the Kurds got a government, which was called KRG, Kurdistan Regional Government of Iraq, it flourished. It immediately went to technology, building, education. All of their money is into that. Not Islam, not teaching Sharia law. They removed all of that stuff. They have clubs, they have alcohol. You can enjoy any type of food or clothing, any religion you want. That's what the Kurds do when they get into the position of power. They change from closed-minded society to be more open to the world, and that's something that I'm really proud of. And if everybody should visit Erbil. You should really visit Erbil.
I have a so how are the Kurds doing now? What's the plan for the future? Is there any how does it feel like now?
So vast majority of the Kurds are super united under one flag. Many people see the division. A lot of time they say, "Oh no, you guys are divided," because they listen to day-to-day talks. Like, for example, we have me and my family, right? We have different point of views on politics. So imagine 71 million people do not have like different opinions on politics.
No, actually, my question is like, what are the news in Kurdistan? Like, what people talk about? What's on your mind? You know what I'm saying?
So vast majority of Kurds are worried about situation of Kurds in Iran and Syria.
All right.
Majority of Kurds worry more about Syria and Iran attacking Kurds than anything else, and especially Jolani being in power. A lot of Kurds, even in Iraq, they are super worried about a massacre happening soon in Syria against the Kurdish people.
Are there signs on the ground that it's brewing?
Yeah, because so 2 days ago, I don't know if you heard about it, Jolani attacked the Kurdish groups SDF in Deir al-Khaf. So they attacked the Kurdish positions, but the Kurds retaliated against them. They backed off a little bit, but imagine if they become strong enough, right? If America backs them or a strong country backs Jolani, we're gone. Because
So
we cannot fight off Turkey and an American-backed country on both sides, because America is our ally, and we cannot go against two countries at once that are all both allies of.
So how is it gone? What's going on with Turkey right now?
So I don't know how much of people know about this, but if you remember when Jolani took over, Trump made a speech and he said, "I know Erdogan was behind it. He have been dreaming about this for a long time." So that was itself an obvious admit that Turkey is backing up Jolani. So basically what Turkey is doing, they created something called SNA. SNA is a terrorist-backed militias of Syria. That vast majority of them are Muslim Brotherhood. They killed a lot of Kurds, kidnapped a lot of people. He is planning to wipe out all of the Kurds in the name of Syria Arab Republic. Just like they did to the Druze, or trying to do.
So do you feel like you're preparing for an existential battle? Do you expect war?
Yeah. Is it my phone? So
there are issues with the sound. 1 second.
Yeah, there is a glitch, I think.
What's going on?
I'm trying to find something to. I don't know. My phone is glitching, and my laptop is not working. Give me a second.
Also, thank you, Japister, for your support. Is that? Or is it? What is it? What is KGG doing? I have no idea. I think, she's like in the real Middle East. But I keep touching my microphone, so it keeps disconnecting. So KGG.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Sorry, what was your question?
I think, are the Kurds getting ready for a war? Do you feel like there is an existential threat?
Yes, because if the signs are showing. For example, the SNA, the Turkish-backed militias, are now part of the Syrian government. They are officially members of the Syrian defense. And so since that's the case, that means that they are preparing for a bigger scale genocide. And they're also preparing a state-sponsored type of a war. And also the Kurdistan leader Barzani have stated that he have spoken to the Arab tribes in Syria, and he told them that if they try to do any attack on the Kurdish people, he gonna be ready on the border to fight off their leaders or their tribes or whatever, or like the Arab tribes in Syria. So yeah.
So you're telling me that Jolani, while his tribes, he's planning to genocide the Kurds, is walking around New York. Does the Trump administration, the people in the White House, do not know that that's the plan?
So here is the thing. Jolani has Turkey, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia backing him. And these countries are not backing him because they love him. No, but because Syria is super important for Israel. How? So, if Arab world doesn't want Israel to be the boss of Middle East, they have to take over Syria.
Right.
If okay, look at the map, right? If you look at the map of Syria and the axis of the sea and Lebanon, right? Both of these countries.
Are you on your phone or you're on your computer? Because
no, my computer is not working on this what's it called?
Okay. So let me share a map.
Yeah.
For those.
So if you look at a map, yeah, until you show it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So if you look at the map, GCC needs what? Needs Iraq and Syria, both of them. For what?
So Iraq.
And Syria.
GCC who?
Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, name it. All of them, they want Syria and Iraq.
So what is GCC? What does it stand for?
So if you remember the day Israel attacked Qatar, even though all of the GCC have been suffering from Qatar, they all collaborated together against who?
The Jews. Against the Jews.
Yes, exactly. Why did they collaborate all together against the Jews since Jolani came in? Why? Because they think. No, because they think if The Ummah was created, and Syria became part of the Arab world again. What's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen? They can defeat Israel in terms of they don't need Israel for what's it called? Selling goods, traveling, exporting, importing, anything. They don't have to go all over, you know, like the map just to get to all of these countries that they want to get. They don't have to use the sea anymore. They just can go by land. Um, it's gonna be much more profitable for them, right? So that's why after that they all got a meeting and they wanted to create something like a NATO alliance between the Arab world, attack on one, attack on all, that type of a thing, because they don't want Israel to be the boss of the Middle East. So if, let's say, Syria is taken by Israel and the Levant, let's say if controlled or supported, whatever, or allies with Israel, their plan will be destroyed and they cannot, be the superpower over Israel. But if the if it did initially, if it does happen, Syria and Iraq go under the Saudis, it's gonna be detrimental for Israel.
What would it mean? Let's put Israel aside. What would it mean for uh, the Saudis to be able to, and Turkey to be able to take over and control whatever is happening in Syria?
So you will have a direct access to the White Sea, the
Mm-hmm.
Mediterranean. You're gonna have
Yes.
direct access to Europe. You're gonna have direct
Mm-hmm.
access to Russia.
Well, through Turkey.
Turkey is not an enemy of the Arabs, right? They have already agreed that they like Jolani together, and they Saudi Arabia and Erdogan, both of them, were like to Trump, please give him a chance. They for
Where's
Ummah they collaborated.
Yes, for the Ummah, but they still cannot stand each other.
We don't know that how much they can take. We don't know how much of heat they will endure for this plan. We don't know what is their
Mm-hmm.
agreements, right? Because for Turkey and Saudi Arabia to be still agreeing on something in Syria, it's kind of odd, right? It's not like natural. So there has to be a deal behind the doors. I'm still not sure. I'm still figuring it out. What is the relationship between Erdogan and Saudi Arabia after
Mm-hmm.
Syria? There is something happening there. I haven't figured it out yet,
Yeah,
but I will.
they are all pushing for Jolani, even though it's clear it's a Turkish
Even though
backed.
he's a Turkish puppet, right? Saudi is
Yeah,
backing it too and giving a lot of
yeah, one
money.
hundred
Like I,
percent. They are
I
one
think
hundred
it was like
percent.
about $150 million a week to Jolani.
When the slaughter of the Druze was happening, the Americans preferred to accept the intelligence analysis of the Saudis, saying that, oh, it's just like a local clan clash.
Hmm.
But they plan to kill all of them. They brought tanks and everything. I don't.
And so
It's like
there wasn't a
the
clan clash. It was literally Jolani's ISIS guys. They were taking Druze men and women and abusing them, and then the Druze said, "Fuck this," and no. And that's where the Hijri comes in, and his
No, they
his
planned.
people.
They thought they would have to fight to the death. So the Druze mindset was that they're gonna fight to the death. And I also know that I heard there is a Druze sheikh that called Israel and asked Israel to, at the worst case
Yeah, it
scenario,
was
to
Al
bomb,
Hijri.
not Hijri, another one. Who asked Israel if the worst things are happening to come and bomb the Druze themselves, so that they would die by the hands of, like in a bombing, rather than in the hands of ISIS. Yeah, because they said, like, we'd rather you bomb us than die by their hands. And Israel was like, how about we just bomb ISIS?
I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Yeah, well,
like,
obviously.
I'd rather die from a bomb than fucking be raped by an ISIS guy who's fucking smelly as fuck. You know?
You know, there is a quote like that by Naomi Shemer, and I shared it on my Twitter.
Send it.
So I'll here, I think I wrote it. It's originally in Hebrew, but it basically says that if the Arabs would ever overcome us, we're gonna miss the sterile gas chambers of the Germans.
So there is this thing that I wanted to talk about, which is Al-Shibani. If you know who Shibani is the foreign minister of Syria.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know or you do know, so let me give you a brief. So he had a tour in Pentagon.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually meeting with the lawmakers like Joe Wilson and some what's his name, Abe, some people call him, the Druze guy.
Mm-hmm.
He met with multiple lawmakers, congressmen in United States. So here's what's the problem. So Al-Shibani was an ISIS member in Syria, and then was given the foreign ministry to him, and he's now in Pentagon. Many soldiers probably haven't seen Pentagon yet, you know. So it's kind of a like disgusting and disgrace to invite a terrorist who have killed Americans, who the blood of Americans is still fresh on his hands, to bring him into Pentagon and give him a tour there. And not only that, meet him officially and giving him legitimacy. It was crazy. You don't know how many soldiers have contacted me over this. Like how many Americans have
contacted you? American soldiers told you? What did they tell you?
They said, we feel ashamed. Is this what we fought for? I cannot believe that I fought for this. So imagine a guy who spent all of his life in Syria, in Iraq, all of these wars, right? And then at the end, to bring Al-Qaeda guy who did 9/11 into New York and Washington, D.C. How would you feel? And
but
they are saying that the reason
they also
is they are saying that the reason
they also
is,
announced the victims on 9/11, and are they stupid? That do they not understand the symbolism of it?
Yeah, he is gonna be speaking in, sorry if I misspelled this, Kurdinia or something like that. It's like really hard for me to spell it, but wait, let me. So it's called Concordia. Yeah,
Concordia.
CONCORDIA. Yeah.
Concordia.
So it's a NGO that actually brings leaders from all over the world, and they speak every year. It's an annual summit by Concordia. So Jolani is actually expected to speak there this year. So Shibani was in Pentagon, and he was in the U.S. Department, and he met with the lawmakers. And the reason that he was there, they are saying, and I don't believe this, but this is what they say, that he's only there because he actually asked to meet with lawmakers in America. But why are you giving him a Pentagon tour again? Okay, he requested. I know people who have been requesting America since day one that they were born on this life as leaders, and they haven't gotten an invitation by the White House. They haven't gotten one. They haven't got it by U.S. Department. They haven't got into the Pentagon.
you definitely don't give a fucking regular guy just a tour in Pentagon just because, you know, he asked for it. Like, you don't do that. Yeah. So they're saying that he's there to remove the sanctions off of Syria. If you know about the sanctions have been not fully lifted. They're only waivers. So basically, a president can remove temporary or withhold temporary some sanctions, but they cannot actually remove it. The Senate and the Congress have to vote on it. So there has been voting so far. Joe Wilson and Senator Jane Shaheen and Rand Paul and Jim Risk and Johnny Ernest are actually pro-removing sanctions off of Syria. From the people who are against removing it is Representative Mike Lawler and also Brad Sherman. So vast majority of the people who want them in wants to remove sanctions are actually Republicans. One of them is Democrat Senator Jane. And from the against against Jolani and want to remove, they don't want to remove the sanctions are actually, one of them is Democrat, is Brad Sherman. The other one is a Mike Lawler, which is a Republican. So it's kind of fascinating how many Republicans who are voting for removing sanctions off of Syria. Well, we know that Joe Wilson is actually paid by Qatar or Turkey, both of them at the same time, Muslim Brotherhood in general. But what's up with the other one? Who is buying them? Yeah, that's the question. About the Abe Hamad, I really like that guy. He's a Druze. He's a really nice person. I really love him. He's partially Kurdish too, so he has my heart. I don't know why he met with Shibani. I'm still trying to figure out why would he. But so they're saying that Shibani is there to convince the Congress and the senators to remove the sanctions off of his country. And if that happens, that's actually really bad news for America, for Israel, for Kurds, for America in the long run.
Did you, by the way, notice how that visit went completely under the radar?
Shibani?
Just in general, Jolani being in New York right now, it's like, is anyone talking about it?
Well, yes.
Or is it just me?
People who are invested in anti-terrorism or countering terrorism, yes, they are very vocal about it. They are actually saying, what happened to America? Why is this happening? How could we come to this point that we let a terrorist into our hometowns and parade for him? There is a lot of people who actually, Sarah Adams is actually one of them. You know Sarah Adams?
No.
So Sarah Adams is, if I'm not mistaken, she's an ex-CIA, or I don't know if she's still CIA, but I think she's an ex-CIA. But there isn't such a thing as an ex-CIA anyway. Yeah, she worked in Afghanistan previously, and she has also talked about the links between October 7 and all the different terrorist organizations, how they collaborated all together with Iran, Al-Qaeda, to Muslim Brotherhood, to all of these other that nobody even talks about, how they collaborated with Iran against Israel. So she has like a full document on that one. I read it once. It's a long time ago. It's actually she's an amazing person. So if you come across her stuff, you will see a lot of information about this stuff. She's amazing. Yeah, and a lot of her followers are the same mentality. So. Yeah. She has about 200K followers.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, also, let's be honest, Saudi Arabia completely betraying the United States right now, also going with China. Like, proudly so.
Who was in China?
Saudi Arabia is collaborating with China now. Like,
we know that they have to explore their options.
They have that meeting, right? China, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia. So they, but you know what's my favorite thing about it?
Mm-hmm.
That they basically declared war on India as well, which is
Saudi Arabia did.
great news, because they are now cooperating with Pakistan. It means only one thing. Like for India, it makes, like, I don't think the Indians are they're smart enough to understand that basically Saudi Arabia declared war on them when they decided to go and declare this relationship with Pakistan and China.
We have
obviously
to
the United
Saudi.
States been betrayed too, but
you have to understand Saudi. Saudi is a Muslim capital. So when Saudi is the Muslim capital, we should expect Islamic stuff coming from there. The moment Iran got weakened, that's when Saudi Arabia got balls, talk shit about Israel. Before that, they were being little doggies, and they were listening carefully.
they're still little doggies, and they will go back to being little doggies. Don't worry about that.
The problem with the Muslims is this. When they win a little bit of a fucking victory in any country, they reveal all of their hands. Like when Jolani won in Syria, immediately all of the Muslims started parading, right? And celebrating. And you could see that. You could see through them that these people will never change. They will always love terrorism. Like, before Jolani took over, Saudi was saying, we have nothing to do with Al-Qaeda. We have nothing to do with ISIS. We have nothing to do with radical Islam. It's just the Iran and Muslim Brotherhood. The moment Jolani took over, all of a sudden he is a changed man in a suit. He's a really good person. By the way, Jolani himself never claimed that he's changed man. He never apologized for the genocides and the atrocities that he have done.
None
He's
of them do.
They
don't hide. They don't hide their
and I don't know where this idea came from that Jolani is a changed man. He never said it. I don't know who.
He changed clothes.
People
got confused.
Like people online keep saying that, and I'm like, yeah, but he never said that.
People say that?
Yeah.
By the way, how does it make you feel? Do you feel like there's gonna be an all-out war?
There should be.
But as a Kurd, right? You're like in one of the most vulnerable positions.
Listen, we Kurds always say, rather die for our freedom than be occupied forever. So, if a fight comes to our doors, we are ready to fight with everything that we have.
But I think, you know what I loved? I saw Mansour say lately, Mansour Ashkal. You know him?
Who?
Mansour Ashkal, my friend, who is a Druze. He said the Druze
Mansour,
were willing, they were willing to fight to the death, and the Christians are willing to succumb and just submit without fighting at all. And he said, all options are idiotic. How about prepare for a war instead of take initiative.
Listen, we have.
If they come to kill you, kill them first.
When I came, we had little nothing, right? Close to nothing in our hands, right? So if you know about this story of a Kurdish girl in Syria, actually, she ran out of ammunition, and also her friends died. So you know what she decided to do? To run into the ISIS compound and kill them all by a bomb, and killing herself, sacrificing herself for her town. So her name is Ari.
No, I understand. I'm just saying that in a better. Listen, there aren't there are a lot of Kurds, and you should be able to take over.
If we had one one ally in our neighbors, we
By
would
the
be
way,
very.
I am Muslim. You asked why can't a Muslim go to the Pentagon? For the same reason, a Nazi should not go to the Pentagon. And you think you people are just living in your delusion? I'm out now, can't stand stupidity. You know, as a Muslim, I would give you a tip. If somebody is planning a war against you, you might as well stay and listen what they plan to do to you so that you are prepared. Because I don't know if you noticed, but we are not afraid to hit whatever we want, whenever we want. So perhaps stay here and be prepared and learn what's gonna get done to you, sweetheart. Okay? That's just a tip from an intelligence person to somebody who thinks that you cannot stand stupidity. But honey, you have to if you want to be prepared. Or just get some lube because your ass is gonna be.
A fucking terrorist ISIS Al-Qaeda guy should not be in Pentagon because so many soldiers who are Americans have been killed by Al-Qaeda and ISIS. That's why. That's a simple fucking reason why. Ugh. These Muslims are so stupid. See, he did not differentiate between Al-Qaeda and ISIS and a regular Muslim. You know why? Because they're all same. Or he would.
I think it's they're buying time. I think that's what they're doing.
So
yeah, listen, at the end of the day, right? If somebody is not willing to fight, they're not going to fight. It's I started my second round of my course, Understanding Humanity. One of the first things that I warned them. When we start strong. One of the things that we go through is explaining that mentality, that some people would rather die than fight, no matter the cost, no matter how many millions would die, they would sacrifice their whole population if they can choose inaction. And that is a mentality that, oh, you cannot hear me? You guys, can you hear me in the KGG? Can you hear me? Can you say something? No. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I got a phone call, so it cut off.
All right. So I was saying that that I think they're trying to buy time. I think it's time for people to understand that they need to shift gears, you know, or it's just, you know, the thing with never again, like people just died, 6 million. Like, and the lesson was that we'll never go and die without fighting back. But here's the thing, that's a real mentality. Just because they killed all the Jews that had that mentality doesn't mean that other people don't have that, you know?
Oh, never again is now.
I mean, never again is, you know what is never again?
Yeah, I know. Never it's again is now. You know why? Because Israel needs to take care of all of their
yeah, but it's for everyone. What about you? Like, it's never again for you too. Like, never.
So never again, of course, it's a purely Jewish slogan. But yes, it applies.
So never again so the meaning of never again, the original meaning, not the Western woke meaning, is that never again we will go down without fighting.
Yeah.
So it's like a.
So for me, living in Middle East, seeing a lot of people, seeing a lot of communities. One of the communities that I've seen, I've never seen any harm from them or any bad comments, or let's say in general, not anything bad towards my community, has been only the Jewish people. That's the fact.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Iranians,
Listen,
Arabs, Turks killed us. Listen, if you
true.
look at the history,
But listen, you know that the Druze also killed Jews, and we're best friends now. Like you have to understand who is the biggest problem right now.
okay, so there's a difference between a conquered a conquered type of a hatred towards a community, and not in that someone have books about a community. And there's a difference between someone just got in a situation with you because at that time they were allied with bad people who hated you. So that it's a whole different mentality. Druze do not have books on Jews on how to kill them, but Arabs do, Turks do,
True.
Iranians do, Europeans do.
Yeah, but still, like, you know, it's like you have to take your step by step.
Listen, the amount of hatred towards my community is the reason I understood the anti-Semitism. If I grew up in a natural environment and had all the love that I could have, I could have never understood what Israel is going through, probably. Look, even if you today go to Europe or America, explain to them what happened on October 7th and what happened in the history of the Jewish people. Most of the people who did not go through that will not understand what really it means to go under anti-Semitic slurs or attacks or constant propaganda on your community. The reason I understand that because there is constant hatred towards me as a Kurdish person. Even in my own community, when Arabs visit us or Iranians visit us or Turks visit us, they still use these slurs against us. And it's not funny. So imagine you come and eat from my food, I give you an asylum, I give you everything, and then you attack me and shit on me. Just because you think I'm less of you. And that's how they view Kurds in these countries, in Turkey, in Iran, in Iraq, and Syria. They see us less than humans.
Okay. Let me start with that. And I think it's important for everyone to understand. You have to split the world between those who would genocide you and those who would just be wouldn't participate actively. That's the first mark. Okay.
The
First,
Turks
you have
and the Turks and Iraqis and Syrians and Iranians are actively killing my people right now.
All right. So you have to
So
fight them, right?
So there is no differentiation between this and that. This is their mentality. How could I differentiate between someone who is willing to kill me or who's not able to kill me? Just because someone is not able to kill me because I live in a Kurdish society and that he could be captured and jailed for it, it doesn't mean that the moment when it comes, he will not do it. Because we saw it during ISIS war. Do you know how many Arabs after 2003 came to live in Kurdistan? 2 million, right? 2 million Arabs from these countries. When ISIS entered the Kurdish territory, when they took the Yazidis, the first thing that the Arabs did, they started rioting and burning buildings in Kurdistan. We were quick enough to capture them. But imagine if we were not quick enough to capture them. Or if we didn't have the best intelligence, if we didn't have the best security, you know what would have happened? I would be raped and killed. I was 20 minutes away from being raped and killed. I was preparing to kill before I being captured. I was getting ready, with my rifle and everything. My dad was preparing us. Who's gonna stay and fight, and who is gonna be protecting the children? So these stuff are not funny, in my community.
Yeah, well,
These things can happen
but
at
what
any
I'm
moment.
saying, what would make you go from defensive to offensive?
Listen, when the 12-day war happened with Iran, the first community that was targeted, well, who was they?
Okay, those are excuses, girl. So
No. This is not excuses. You cannot rewrite the history of these countries just because you
I
have some
I didn't
people.
say who you want. I didn't say no, don't fight the Persians. I said, when are you gonna go from defensive to offensive?
So the defensive and offensive, we will not go into an offensive and when we are gonna be ending up like Palestinians. So we're not stupid. We don't go into situations that we cannot defend ourselves and, defeat our enemies. The Palestinians, the reason Palestinians are Palestinians because they're hateful and they do not want solutions. They just want to kill and destroy. We don't want that, right? What we want, we want to rebuild and have a free society. And for you to do that, you need to go through diplomatic relationships. And if diplomats do not work, after that...
So you don't think they're going to attack you then?
No, we do. But we don't know when. So we prepare as much as we can.
Okay, so you prepare. Okay, normal, like obvious.
Yeah, you prepare until, if like we just announced our anti-missile, vehicles just yesterday.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, we have been developing our own weapons for a long time, and some people.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. I told you we believe in technology, but we just don't believe in, we don't do parades in streets and show off what we have. When the time comes, the enemies will know.
Wanna have a break and watch something fun?
Yalla.
Because I saw this, there is a clip from the PPD podcast. So they had interviewed a Navy SEAL, and he talked about it's funny. So they fear Mossad. Here, let me show you. They fear Mossad, why terrorists fear Israel more than America. And I thought it's hilarious. Want to watch it?
Oh, yalla. Let's watch it.
I want to hear your reaction because I feel like you would be able to deny or confirm. So yeah, because I feel like it's funny.
Did you deal with Mossad when you were out there or no?
Not intentionally. So maybe some of the intel possibly.
Gathering sharing, like wasn't it CIA and Mossad working
probably together? But because we're going to be the guys going in the house, it's better to not be associated with Israel. That's it. Well, because even as a joke for messing with guys to make them scared and talk to us, like brought up a joke like, hey, can we like wear an Israeli flag on this mission? And like to hear a senior officer go, fuck no.
Why is that?
Yeah, just for fun. Like,
but what would the reaction be from the other side if they see you wearing an Israeli flag?
Well, Al Qaeda, because they don't know what we're going to do to them now. Because the Americans, at least, I scared the shit out.
What a way to throw them off if you wear Israeli flag.
That's what I said.
To say that, damn, Mossad's out here.
Yeah. And what are they going to do now that they have me? Maybe if I talk, they won't take me to wherever.
Because they fear Mossad like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen it. I've seen it before with cocky terrorists that spoke English. Because the way that I would set it up when I would do the interrogations, I'd put the guy right here. I'm right in his face, and my interpreter is right here. And we're going to talk this way. You look at me, listen to him. I don't want you two talking. I don't need some bullshit rapport. And I remember talking to one guy, and he said in English, "Dude, I know."
Wait, were you saying something? I kind of want to hear
the deal.
something.
It's terrorists. And I go, really? What's the deal? He goes, you're going to arrest me. You're going to send me to Abu Ghraib. I'm going to be out in 30 days. I'm going to kill more people, more of your guys. And so I said, oh, you've dealt with Americans then before, haven't you? And he said, yes. I go, well, did they look like me? And he kind of looked down. I'm wearing no body armor, short sleeves, tattoos, and a beard. And he looks at me and I go, oh, we're not here by accident. I'm here for you. And that scared him. But imagine if I had a Star of David on. That would have been badass. So just
Can
anyway,
you imagine? Just keep it.
like rip
Throw
the
them
shirt
off.
off, and it's
I'm trying to pause
Wow.
it.
yeah.
So when you
Trying to
saw
pause
the
it?
Iran
Computer
deal,
is a bit
when
stuck.
Just close it.
when the B-52 bomber, when they're going out there and the three facilities that
It's stop. I cannot. Okay, I managed to stop it, I think. Oh no. Okay, whatever. My computer is not cooperating with me. Kinda wanna watch it. No, it drives me crazy.
We had babies
Stop
over.
it.
Sorry.
Ah, the
Mossad babies.
Well, what do you think?
I think that was funny and it's so true.
What investor is saying? Yeah,
I
is
was
it true?
called a Mossad agent in real life.
Yeah, but like, is it true that like people fear the Mossad more than the Americans?
Yes. They think that Mossad can get inside of them and get out without them noticing. That's how they think. You know,
I
and
think.
I think most of the anti-Semites, they actually fear the Jews. Some of them, not all of them, actually. Some of them in the Middle East, they fear the Jews. That's why they are so stupid and anti-Semitic. They think that Mossad is everywhere is because of the Jews, and they're watching them, watching their phones while they sleep.
I mean, I don't know, but they did do some things that are cool. So
Yeah, the beeper thing. After the beeper thing, yeah, they kind of for a while were scared to talk about Israel, and then they went back to talk shit about Israel.
really, they were scared to talk about Israel after that.
Yeah, they were like, maybe we shouldn't talk about Israel. They might be listening.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And what about the Americans?
No, I don't think Americans are scared of Mossad or Israel. They're
No, I mean
no.
like the
Like what? Like the Arab world?
yeah.
No, not really, not anymore. America have like for 15 years have been so weak, showing a weak face in against terrorists and against the Arab world. So they're not really scared of them. They think that they are allies more than yeah. They think they can convince America to go against Israel.
Yeah, that's a good, that's like, but there are so many idiots right now in the world. It's amazing.
No, but the Arab world is trying to do that. If you have seen the approach of the GCC,
Yeah, obviously.
they
Yeah.
are getting closer to America and giving so much money into American universities and all that. It's not for nothing. It's all for something. They're turning more kids against you, a next generation of kids from university to schools against the Jewish people, to a point when they become lawmakers in Congress and Senate. There will be more people who are in positions to go against Israel. So they are building something with America, and that's why they're not scared of America, because America
They think they
has
have
shown-
it, like they think they have America in their pockets, basically.
exactly. You know why? Because America have shown to them that they can just be bought by some dollars.
Do you
By
think
oil
it's
money.
true, by the way?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
From what I'm seeing right now from America, I will not see it far from the truth, but I also have faith in America, and there are a lot of good Americans who probably gonna not allow it to happen. So I just have faith in those who are good Americans, patriot ones.
So
I've met some Americans who call themselves patriot but defend Jolani. So
wait, somebody asked us to. Do you wanna do you
yeah,
wanna
go
see
ahead.
another clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because someone in the comments asked us to Watch
Yalla.
this.
Somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane. It is false. It is outrageous.
Well, I really didn't expect to see Benjamin Netanyahu addressing the internet rumors that he said somebody fabricated. Dude, everybody's saying that. Everybody's showing a whole lot of things implicating you. But for you to actually come out and address it is kind of weird, bro. It's kind of sus. Luckily, you're from a government, and we all trust every government, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely trust Israel. Do you trust Israel? Let me know down in the comments.
Somebody has
Okay,
Who-
this was
who
sent
is
by
the-
an anti-Semite.
No, who is
What the
this
fuck?
idiot? What am I supposed to? Who is he?
Fuck this. First of all, Charlie
Who is
Kirk
this guy?
was killed by a left.
Well, I
by the
might be a bit of an
pro-Palestinian
asshole, but my new favorite thing is
extreme
watching the
Wait.
West. Yeah, he was Charlie Kirk was killed by the left propaganda that was fueled by the CCP and all of the propagandists, Russia, pro-Palestinians, Muslims, all of them celebrated Charlie Kirk. So who killed Charlie Kirk? The left and pro-Palis and Muslims, because they were the ones who celebrated all over Middle East, all over America, all over Europe, all over East, West, name it. You know who didn't? Who didn't actually celebrate it? It was the Jewish people. It was the Republicans. A lot of right wings were sad about it. Even the ones who hated Charlie Kirk, they still felt bad for a guy who was a Christian from their country to be killed. So the left, pro-Palis, Muslims killed Charlie Kirk because they were the ones who were celebrating it in the streets. And Charlie Kirk is dead. And next day on 9/11, who was there? Jolani, the Al-Qaeda guy. And then who else you have in Pentagon? Ashibani, foreign minister of Syria, who is an ISIS and was in Al-Qaeda, is in where? Is in Pentagon, having a tour. The problem starts with home. When your homeland security is not secure, that's where
Yeah,
Charlie
listen,
comes in.
the American intelligence scares me.
Yeah, they
It's
have
so
a really
bad.
shitty one.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, I cannot even fathom it. Like, how can you be so unprofessional? Like, to me, it's like, are you really that unprofessional?
Yeah.
Or is it like, it's like, obviously,
Yeah.
it's like speechless, eh? What was your
Yeah.
reaction to the murder, Charlie Kirk's
Yep.
murder?
Yeah, so someone in the comments said our intel community is wrecked because of Tulsi Gabbard. I think
Tulsi
it was
Gabbard.
fucked way before she came in.
Yeah, it has
Like,
nothing to
I
do
wish
with her.
it was her. I could just blame Russia on that one.
If it was Tulsi Gabbard, then they would go stronger against Turkey. They wouldn't collaborate with Jolani.
She hates Jolani. If
Yeah.
it was, yeah, she
And-
hates Jolani. Yeah.
So yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I did not know Charlie Kirk, by the way. I did not hear his videos. I probably saw him like scrolling down my reels on Instagram sometimes. I don't really know the guy. I just felt bad for him because he was at a camp full of students. He was among kids, civilians, and he was shot in front of them. I felt bad for the whole society that was there, including him and his family. I don't know the guy. I don't know his point of view. I don't know what he sells. I just know it was wrong. How could someone even celebrate that? Even if I hated the guy, I wouldn't celebrate. Why would someone celebrate such a horrible event?
Mhm.
I'm so shocked.
I'm so shocked. Like it's so sickening, and it's such a spit. Like you said, there are so many veterans that are upset of what's going on right now with those terrorists walking around And I feel
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, I don't feel like anyone talks about it. When I try to look up information, it's like I felt like it should be like popping up everywhere.
I expected people go mad on this, you know.
Yeah. But I think people are just I think one part is tired, the other part is sick.
From my side, I'm just tired for fighting it for everyone. But I did fight for Charlie Kirk a little bit in the comments here and there, and I made a post about him, and I did, make some debates on it. But I don't know the guy. I don't know enough. But I tried my best to defend the guy, not because I know him, but because it was wrong. If you're a human,
Yeah.
you see that, you know it's wrong. You know, it's so simple. The world is crazy.
Well, let's tomorrow is the new year. Rosh Hashanah.
Yes, Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. Shana is saying happy Rosh Hashanah. Thank you, Shana, so much for your support. And I feel like, let this day be the last day of the previous year. I hope that it ends in a little bit of here's all the crap that we had dealt with. And I hope this next year starts with now we're dealing with it. And Shana, Charlie Kirk event has revealed to the good left who their enemies really are.
Yep.
I hope so.
Yep.
Thank you, Shana.
Anybody that celebrates his death is the enemy of the humanity. Forget about ideologies. Just focus on them being your enemy as a human. But I want to say happy Rosh Hashanah to all of my Jewish friends. I hope you have a blessing Rosh Hashanah with all of the joy. And I know, after that, you have more of holidays coming. It's like
so many holidays, full-time job.
So I know that you have. I think is it Yom Kippur afterwards?
Yes.
It's a type of not a sad but sad day.
It's not sad. It's atonement.
Mourning, yeah.
It's not mourning. Day? No. We don't mourn. It's celebratory. People are happy on Yom Kippur.
Some people.
Everybody's happy. It's not it's just hungry, but it's not bad.
Yeah. So I hope
it's very social. People go out, hug each other.
So I hope you have
fun.
A blessing holidays.
Thank you.
And
Thank
that's
you.
all.
How you feel? Are you feeling optimistic?
About future?
Yes.
With what I'm seeing with America doing? No.
You don't feel optimistic?
I am optimistic because I'm Kurdish. I have to. But in regard of my allies behaving, not really. When I see them, I'm like, America, please stop doing this. I'm not feeling comfortable with you meeting Al Qaeda people and legitimizing them. My wish is Israel becomes a superpower over Middle East forever. You know why?
Why?
At least I will know what's gonna happen to me.
What will happen to you?
I will have a good life and be innovated and do technology.
Wow. How awful.
I know. Who doesn't want that? Imagine all of these Arabs who hate Israel, like Egypt and Jordan, they all still rely on Israel for many fucking technology. They're so ungrateful bitches. And imagine all of these fucking phones that they use. They're still ungrateful. There's an app actually called Viber. I don't know if you have ever used it. I don't think any Israeli have used it. It's called Viber. It's an Israeli actually app. All of the Arabs use Viber. if you ask any mom or dad in Middle East, can I call you on internet? They'd be like, yeah, do you have Viber? They don't use WhatsApp. They use Viber. It's an Israeli technology.
I mean, that makes it comfortable, I guess, for us. Very
But it's funny. It's funny. They don't know. And they
It's
use
like,
it.
okay. Vipers, beepers, walkie-talkies, phones,
Yep.
computers,
Make
water
sure to buy
systems.
as much as computers and phones.
It's like everything is like, yep, beep beep.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well,
Beep, beep,
let us
beep.
be strong and have a happy new year. Oh, the new year. Thank you for your support, the new Bronze Age collapse. I'll give you some intel. Look up Lodomoro. Italy has been selling weapons to the jihadists since the 1960s. Just a quick FYI, Shana Tova. They're Europeans. Duh. And you don't need intel for that. It's like, is it Europe? Yes. Okay, they're gonna sell. Like, you can just bring any terrorist group, cartels, whatever. It's like, who is selling to them? Europe. It's just what they do.
And where they bring it from? Afghanistan and Pakistan. They love Afghanis. Have you ever listened to European talking about Afghanistan? They love them.
They have a lot of.
They kept
rare earths.
accusing America of a genocide there.
What genocide of what?
Because of Afghanistan war.
But what, like they're like of what? Of whom? Ay.
Of Afghanistanis.
Oh wow.
They basically they keep saying that Afghanistan is a shitty country because of America, but it's not true. When you have a shitty society, you don't develop. They have it. America have left.
You know why? It's
Afghanistan.
because of the Muslim conquest. It was actually a very flourishing place until the Muslims came and ruined everything.
Yep.
Everywhere Muslims go, it's like.
It was actually the Wahhabism that came to Afghanistan. It was actually Saudi Arabia ideology back in the time to create jihadists to fight against the Soviet Union with America, and that's how they became this.
Yeah. But
I'm ethnically Sardinian. I live in Italy too. Please don't put me alongside with them. Okay, we don't. I actually love Italian food. So
you know, like when we gather all the Italians, we'll be like, "Who is here? The new Bronze Age collapse." Please. Like,
step aside.
you are exempt of Judgment Day. The rest of you.
No, I actually love Italians. So we have, I don't know what's up with Kurdistan, but I've seen a lot of Italian shops opening in Kurdistan recently, like all over Kurdistan. There's a lot of Italian food, Italian
Somebody is
shops.
saying Sardinians are not Italians, but Italians are not Italians either. So
I love Italian pizza, especially the
Napolitana.
yeah, Neapolitan.
But you know, the food in Italy is only good in the south. The more north you go, the more it goes, and that's my take.
I've never been to Italy
The
yet.
south of Italy is so good, and then in Rome, it's already bad.
My mom did not like Italian food when she was in Italy.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But it's like, but if you go to the south of Italy, wow, the food is amazing.
But
Rome
let's
and
be
north
honest,
of Rome.
if it wasn't for the Italians, the Americans would have never had pizza.
Listen, you know that tomatoes are not from Europe, they're from America.
Tomatoes or potatoes?
Tomatoes and potatoes.
I knew about the potatoes. They were stolen by the Brits back in the time. They enslaved the American natives and took their goods with them to the Brits.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if the
I still-
natives were
I still have
very.
hope for America to revive, but
I
they
think I
have
have
to
hope
first.
too.
Yeah.
Listen,
There's
like we
still-
went through
But
Oslo
Europe doesn't
Accords.
have a hope. I'm sorry, Europe. I don't believe that you will ever recover from the Islamists.
Do you think the Middle East would?
Yes, Middle East have a better chance than Europe.
When Israel would take over everything, then it's gonna
Exactly.
be. I for the record, you're everybody. You understand? Like you're not Jewish and you're not Israeli. You're just a Middle Eastern. Why are you quiet? Were you like? Did you grow up Muslim?
Who grew up Muslim?
You?
Me? No.
No. Did you have any religion or nothing?
So I grew up with a Kurdish mother with a Kurdish father. My mom was praying 5 times a day. My dad was an atheist. He hated everything about religion. So when I was going to school and people were like, "Why you don't know how to pray?" And my response would be like, "Because I'm a kid." And I asked my mom and dad one time, "Can you teach me how to pray because everybody bullies me for it?" And they were like, "No, because you're too young. If you become 16, you can choose whatever you want to do with your life when it comes to religion. Before that, no." So yeah, when I would go to school and people be like, I'd be like, "I don't believe in anything, sorry." And I actually expelled a teacher because she preached hate in my school. In one of the subjects, I was still a kid. I was still like a baby, like I was 7 or 8. And I just told her, I refuse to believe that my friends are going to hell and you're the one who's going to heaven. You're evil. And she replied to me and kicked me out of the class. And then I went home and I told my dad about it, and he came and he expelled her.
This is what you have to do everywhere in the West. Everywhere, the parents have to be involved, like with this.
Yes.
Like don't let them have any kind of Muslim education in your schools.
Yes, exactly.
Like, can you imagine that? Like, British children have to go through Islamic studies. Can you imagine? Insanity.
So
And all you have to do
usually-
is to be like the parents. Just
So-
don't let them enter those.
So my mom's idea about religion is, if her parents one time told her if she prays and doesn't do harm and be a good person, she's gonna go to heaven. That's the only thing that she knows. She doesn't know how to speak Arabic or Turkish or Persian or whatever language. She only knows how to speak Kurdish. She doesn't know anything else. And she only wears Kurdish clothing, nothing else. She can't wear any type of other type of clothing. So one time we went to Turkey. We asked her to not wear the Kurdish clothing because we might get arrested for it. And
Yeah.
she said, "I cannot. I feel naked when I don't wear my Kurdish clothing." So we went with it, but yeah, we got so much racism because of my mom. Yeah, this was back in 10 years ago.
It is what it is. The Middle East is complicated, but now the Middle East is everywhere. Baruch Hashem.
Yeah.
The whole world is the Middle East.
So so every day when people wake up in America, they have to create 100 think tanks just to focus on how to solve the Turkish problem in Middle East and the world. The Turkish
The
Straits.
Turkish, the Egyptian, the Jordanian.
No. The Turkish Straits. The Turkish Strait is the reason that we have a lot of problems in the West.
True. Turkey is the most problematic one. But you know how we can solve it? We can just agree that we sacrifice Europe. Problem solved.
So, not really, because the Turkish Strait are related to arms deal with Israel too. So, not really.
No. I mean, we take over that part, and then when the Turks go crazy, they go crazy towards Europe.
No, you just have to take their toys away. Turkish Strait. If you take that away from them, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then it would just sacrifice Europe. It's like, sorry, Europe, we tried.
Give it to.
We tried to warn
I'm all
you,
for
and you just
Istanbul
kept saying it's the Jews, it's the Jews. So let the Jews be like it.
If I was America and Europe and Israel, I would be helping Greeks to take over Istanbul soon. It will solve a lot of problems for both sides.
I mean, now Greece is talking about it.
Good.
Greeks.
We are pushing for it. We've been pushing.
I mean, the
for
Greeks
Greece.
push for it.
Believe me, when I did a map making all of Istanbul a Greek city, there were Greeks who were fighting with me. I got that idea into their heads.
It's okay, one step at a time. I think people are waking up. It's like there is no other choice. There's somebody question to KGG. How do you feel about Assyrians?
I love Assyrians. I grew up having Assyrian neighbors, actually. We went to the same school, same university. We traveled together to holy sites, ancient sites of theirs. We prayed together in their church. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, let's wrap up. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year.
Have a good night, everyone. Yeah.